Again, hi, I'm Janet Moore, and I'm the Wake and Dating Coach. And like I said, thanks for being here. Had some technical difficulties earlier today with the email, so hopefully, if you got, I think you got the first email, but maybe didn't get the second and third ones. Just to remind you, we're going live, and then the text as well. So, anyways, if I don't know who you are, it says hashtag live, and again, if you're listening live, please do that. Type in the comments hashtag live so I know you're watching it live. And for those of you that are listening to the replay, please go ahead and type hashtag replay so I know that you're listening to the replay. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. Today we have, let's see. Can y'all hear me okay? Hopefully everybody can hear me. Let me know if you cannot. I think all is well. So that's good. First thing first, I wanted to go just review what happened yesterday. So yesterday we created your Mojo Vibe. Anybody have any questions on the Mojo Vibe before we go forward? Or if you want to post your, hopefully you were able to maybe go ask some of your friends or your family what your Mojo Vibe was, so you can actually go ahead and maybe tweaked it just a bit. I know yesterday we were kind of going through, thinking of what should it be, things like that. So go ahead, and for those of you that maybe have, or all of you really that are here, if you have your Mojo Vibe, go ahead. I just realized I have on the heat. God, the winter hot, and it's very hot in here. Okay, sorry. There. Okay, that's better. So for those of you that were here yesterday, or you were able to actually listen to yesterday's video and be able to create your Mojo Vibe, if you have any questions, let me know, and then go ahead and post your Mojo Vibe. And let me know, those of you that actually talked to family and friends and kind of went through the assignment to ask, hey, what do you think what my talents are? What do you think? What do people say? What do you say about me? Things like that. So I see there's people here. Let me know if you have your updated Mojo Vibe, or even if you didn't update it, let me know what it is again so we can see it. We can talk about it before we start the next lesson. Anybody? I see y'all are here. Y'all are being very quiet. Okay. Well, again, for those that are just joining now, please go ahead and put what your Mojo Vibe was, so we can kind of be fun to see what you came up with. Again, like I said, please feel free to steal other people's words. Like, oh, I like that word. I'm going to put that word in mine, So anybody else want to add theirs in here yet? Also, I think somebody, I know, like Alan, you posted your document, and I wasn't able to get in it. So you want to make sure that you let me have access to looking at your document, or I can't get in and look at it for you. So I tried a couple times during the day. I don't know if you updated that since. So I'll show you here in a minute. Well, if no one's going to put their Mojo Vibe up, then I'm going to go ahead and get started on today's lesson. So let's go ahead and get that going here. Let's see. I'm going to do this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to need to probably move this over here. Kind of tricky how all this stuff works. I think I need more screens. I have 3 screens. I think I need more screens. I know this sounds crazy, but it's true. I think I need more. So let's see. Today, please watch day 1, day 2. Trying to find, where is my live stream here? Can't see it. Compromising. Oh, joyful, adventurous servant leader. Nice. What does a servant leader mean? I'm just curious. Okay, I can't find where this is actually showing. Let's go put this over here. And more about servant leader. And I'm gonna put that over here so I can see it better. Compromising, independent, understanding. I saw your email and shared. Okay. Yeah, I must have, I don't know, I tried a couple times today, so I'll look at it again later. So compromising and independent and understanding. So compromising and understanding, kind of similar. kind of similar. What are some of your passions, Alan? That's what I would ask. What are some of your passions? Also, I was curious if y'all were able to actually ask some of your friends or family for the homework. Do the bonus part. Anybody do the bonus? Yeah, so Alan, the only thing I would say is, what are some of your passions? Things that compromising and understanding seem very similar to me. So maybe something different you could add in there. So again, if I can see all your words, I will help you with that. So I'll look after this and see if I can get back into your document. If I can, then I'll give you some feedback. Okay. So thank you two guys for sharing. I don't know who else is here. Can't see who's here. Hello, whoever you are. There's a couple more people here. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see. I'm trying to make sure y'all can see this okay. Because in a minute, there it is. Okay, now I see it. Cool. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the new lesson. So this is good. So kind of with the background of who you are and what you want to project to others. Now we're going to look at, okay. Now we're going to look at the kind of qualities you want in the person you want to date, right? So you're kind of looking at your qualities. Who are you? What do you want to project? What do you want people to know about you? Kind of looking at your inner mojo. I like to watch romance films, willing to do things I don't like to accommodate others' interests. Okay. Romance films, I'm willing to do things I don't really like to accommodate others' interests. Okay. So one thing I can see, Alan, is maybe really trying to figure out who you are, not related to other people. A lot of people get in relationships and they kind of take on the other person's life or interests or whatever that is, right? Their hobbies or something, because they didn't really know themselves. I don't know if you ever saw the movie. This is a good homework for y'all, for everyone really that's single. If you watch Runaway Bride, you said you like romance films. Have you seen Runaway Bride? That's a really great movie because it shows that this woman, she keeps running away, right? Not getting married because she is always about to marry someone and taking on who they are, not being herself. So in the end, this one guy kind of encourages her to be who she is, whoever that is. Take time to get to know herself and be truly who she is and be happy with who she is. She always thought she had to do this obligations. She always thought she had to take on other people's way of being or whatever their hobbies and interests were when she didn't really like them. So you maybe, really, I want you to think about this, about really taking some time to think about what really brings you joy, not related to other people, related to yourself. Like what brings you joy? Okay, so let's think about that a little bit. Okay, so I want you to think about that. I will look at what you wrote and see what else I can see for you. But think about maybe something in your childhood that you really loved to do when you were young, or you always wanted to do, you didn't get to do it. So think about stuff like that. Okay. So yeah. So Alan, I'll work with you some more on that once I see your stuff. So let's go and get started on the new stuff. Let me go ahead and I'll switch these out. Swap. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I want to make sure everyone can, oh wait, just remembered. I'm going to move this over here so I can see better. Okay, make sure this is going to do correct. Like I said, I think I need four screens. Okay, now I need to switch it. All right, you can't see my slide yet. Okay, great. Now I'm going to share screen. There you go. Okay. I don't know why it's there. Okay, there we go. Can y'all see this okay? You don't necessarily have to see me. that better? Or is that better? Okay. Okay, so let's go and get started. Again, welcome to the 5 days to a magnetic online dating profile. Again, this is the challenge goals. Throughout this challenge, we're going to show you how to uncover uniqueness, highlight your inner mojo. So that's what we did yesterday, kind of discovering who that is, uncovering it really. Today, we're going to discover the qualities that you want in your like-hearted match to have. And then we're going to create a plan. We're going to take these two. We're going to create a plan on how you can actually use these two items with your profile to create captivating text and photos. Okay? Tomorrow is like really a big day. These are like the foundations though you need to do in order to do that updating of your profiles. Okay. Then you're gonna next 2 days we're going to talk about upgrading your commitment to yourself and your mindset for attracting love. And then of course in the end you're going to have build this profile that will connect you with your like-hearted match. Okay. So again, that's the challenge goals. Again, it's Monday through Friday. You kind of already got this, but just the people that are coming new in, we're going to have the lessons, it's the trainings, and we'll have text reminders and emails. Of course, we had a little snafu with tech stuff today, but usually you will get reminders. We'll have the training sessions at 8 o'clock every day, except for maybe on the weekends and Monday. I might also have those for the UK people. So again, UK people, if you're interested and wanting to have these 2 o'clock, well, 2 o'clock my time be 8 p.m. your time because it's 6 hours difference. So it'll be 2 o'clock my time and 8 o'clock your time in the UK. Let me know. Hashtag UK, and I will make sure to have those for you. Again, you're going to post all your assignments in the challenge group so I can review them. Okay. And so again, like today, we're going to, like I said, we're going to do identify your like-hearted match. So that's what we're doing today. This is the lineup, challenge topics. Again, bonus sessions we're going to have our Saturday. We have 4 of them, and they're going to be Saturday through Tuesday. And again, I want to remind everyone, all this content's coming down end of day next Wednesday. Okay, so you have a week, a little bit over a week and a half to kind of really understand, rewatch the videos, look at the slides to see what else you might need to do. Ask me questions. That's what I'm here is for you to ask questions. Again, Saturday, we're going to talk about the Magnetize Your Match 3-month coaching program. I'm going to go behind the scenes and tell you exactly how it works and what it can do for you. Sunday, again, those of you that are really working hard and posting stuff and asking for help and interacting with me, even if it's not live, even if it's just on a replay or in the group, you're going to get a free review of your online dating profile and a Zoom call where you can really interact with me. And then next is Monday, we're going to do live Q&A. Anything that you might have missed, come back and ask. And again, Tuesday is going to be really fun, how to upgrade your attractor factor. So we're doing all kinds of fun things in that one. I'm very excited about that as well. So let's go ahead and get started with today's content, or today's training is identify your like-hearted match. Oops, I didn't do it again. Anyways, in today's session, I'm going to show you how to identify the kind of qualities you want in your heart-aligned here, heart-aligned match, so you can start attracting them to you. That's what we're going to start doing, identifying the kind of qualities you want. So today's agenda, we're going to be expanding your market, identifying your like-hearted match qualities, and creating your ideal relationship. So that's what we're going to do today on being able to identify what you want, the kind of qualities you want in your like-hearted match or your heart-aligned match. Okay, so do you even know who you want to wake up to? Do you know? So, do you know what you want in your next car? Oh, I thought I put woman in. So consider you're not attracting the right man or woman to you because you really don't know what you really want in an ideal partner or the type of relationship you want with that ideal partner. So maybe that's not why it's not working, because you really haven't thought about it. I always say people spend more time, and I think I said this yesterday, people spend more time thinking about what the features they want in their car, motorcycle, maybe their house if they're getting a new house, than they do about the kind of person they want to date. How do I know this? Well, I have been talking to lots of men because I was doing coaching just men more recently. And oh my gosh, you would not believe what they want. They want someone who's nice and kind, and that's about it. And then they wonder why things don't work. Or maybe they don't even have the boundaries and understand their boundaries enough to actually find someone who's nice and kind to them. But they just don't really know what they want. So consider maybe that's why it doesn't work. It's kind of like if you're going on a vacation and you know you want to get there by a certain time, or you know you're going over here. Now you can go around and la la la, and you kind of wander around to get to your destination, or you could, have a plan and you know how to get there because you know this is where I'm going. If you don't really know where you're going, then you're gonna just kind of go over, and that's okay. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying if you want a certain kind of relationship, or the kind of partner you want, that's hard aligned partner, you kind of got to know what you're looking for. Kind of know where you're going, what path, what journey, what goal, where you're going together. What path are you on? There's many paths. Which one are you going to be on? Oops, I talked too long. Anyways, okay. Make sure there's any questions. Okay, so consider that. That's why you're not attracting what you want because you maybe don't even know. Maybe you don't even know who you are. That's what the first day was all about. Now it's like, what kind of person do you want to be with? Have you really thought about it? A lot of times I think maybe why there's a lot of high divorce rate is because you marry someone in your 20s. Shouldn't do that. I mean, not like shoulds, but like consider you don't even know who you are yet. And you don't even, what did you think you would know the kind of person you want to date? Really, your 20s is for having fun, discovering who you are. That's what I would say. So what happens usually, typically, I'm not saying it doesn't, there's always, this is like, there's always different cases that might be different. But you get together, you kind of date each other, and they're kind of cute, they're kind of nice, and you date them. And then eventually, what happens? You date them for a while, and they go, well, we've been dating for like 2 years or 3 years or whatever, X number of years. We should probably get married. Okay, yeah, you're right. That's what people say we should do. So let's do it. And then you get married, but you're like, you didn't really think about what you're wanting. You just kind of date them because they're cute and nice. And then, of course, you're not even really even alike, really not that much. Maybe a little bit, but not really. Because again, you didn't even really know who you were to begin with. So that was what day one was about, right? So now, related to kind of who you are, that's why we wanted to do the Mojo Vibe first. What kind of person does this person, this Mojo Vibe that you want to put out to the world, this person, what does this person want? What kind of person do they want to be with? What kind of relationship do they want with that person? Okay. So again, this lesson will be all about helping you to figure out who is this masked ideal partner, so you can start strategically targeting that woman or man. Okay, good. Into targeting. It sounds a little scary, but but that's what I'm saying. You can start like with business. You target certain markets. I was doing single men in tech. I decided this was more in alignment with who I am because of how spiritual I am. I am also a geek, but also very spiritual. So I decided to change my target market, who I actually speak to, my messaging, all that kind of stuff is to spiritual singles, right? So same with the same concept, kind of like a business concept. Where would you find that kind of? Where would this woman be? Where would this man be? What kind of, if I'm vibing a certain thing, you want to maybe go to the right places where those people would be, so they can feel your vibe and go, ooh, I like that woman, that man, right? Or figuring out what online dating websites and have people be able, swipe left that don't match. You actually want to create an online dating profile that will have the people that you don't want to date swipe left. That's a good news. You don't want everybody swipe right, because in there, yeah, they probably are not really who you want. So if you have a kind of a generic profile, because you don't really know what you want, then you're going to get all kinds of crazy people or all kinds of people that are in alignment with you. Maybe nice people. I dated lots of nice guys, but were they my match? No. It's really starting to get really like a muscle on who am I and what do I want, and then stand for that. Stand that you can have it. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm fine being without somebody." Well, that's great that you're happy with yourself. I'm not saying that you should be with somebody or not, but a lot of people are resigned and cynical about thinking they can actually find the person, the right person. But there is a method to the madness that you can. You got to really know who you are and what because it's all about law of attraction. What are you vibrating? If you're kind of vibrating up and down all around, well, you're going to kind of get that coming to you. But if you kind of know, you focus you know what you want, you know what you're looking for, you know who you are and what you're looking for, things are going to start happening for you. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, so at the very top of your, over here. So go to your homework assignment, day 2. At the top, it says, what are the ideal physical and stats traits you want your like-hearted partner to have and expand them? So what I want you to do is think of your type, like your type. And what I mean by type is like your physical or stat traits, right? Comments. Okay. Great. Think about your type. Everybody has a type. I have a type. Tall, dark, handsome. But I'm just saying, I like tall, dark. I have to have hair. It's my thing. Kind of a little bit of geek. I'm an outdoorsy, adventurous kind of person, right? Extroverted, all that kind of stuff. So what is your type? Kind of more of the physical and stats trait. I call them stats traits. I love to call them. So stat traits like age, height, race, profession, education, their looks, things like that. So not so much looks, but really these stats, kind of stat traits, right? Physical, their height, race, profession, I don't know, education. So I want you to go ahead and start thinking about that and start writing those down. Okay, so first, what I want you to do, put a line in the middle of that in there, like to kind of have it up in the middle of that number 1. On one side, I want you to put what your current type is, like for age range, for height, for race, profession, education, and other things that you might think of. Okay, maybe they must have hair, they must have blue eyes, they must be blonde. I don't know, whatever that is, that you have your type, right? So go ahead and write that down. Again, this is I like to be in action. I want y'all to kind of do this while we're talking through this. Okay, go and write down what your type is. So go ahead and do that. So now what I want you to do, let me see how many questions. Okay, questions. I'm just going to keep it here. Now what I want to do is I want you to expand on your type. Let me talk about this a little bit. Again, this exercise is about expanding your market. So normally you have a type, but you might consider expanding your type. So that will open up brand new markets of women or men that you might not have ever considered before. Now, again, I'm not asking you to settle. This is actively thinking outside the box to get a new, fresh perspective that you might not have thought of if left to your own devices, okay? This is what this is about. So, on some of these sites, I think mostly Match, maybe Plenty Fish or something, you can actually type the age range, you can type the height, you can type race, you can type education level, all those kind of stats, like I call them, traits, right? If they have kids or not, that's another one you could put in there. Maybe the age of their kids as well. So, kind of think of those things that you see on these dating websites, right? So that's kind of what I'm talking about. You probably have this thing that you put in there that this is what I want, right? Like for me, kids can't be young, one of mine is maybe I won't, or I know, but some of my girlfriends, they say they will not date someone that's never been married at my age, because if they're young, that's different, completely different. In fact, when you're young, you might say, I don't want to date someone that's divorced, right? Those kinds of things. Those are the stat traits I'm talking about. So go ahead and do that. And now what I want you to do is I want you to expand your market. So on the other side, put a line down the middle, right? What's your type? So this is my current type. On the other side, put expand my type or something, expand my market or whatever. Now I want you to do that, the same stuff, whatever you put here, expand it. So what does that mean? Okay, so maybe you only date, so maybe you're 50 years old, let's say, and you will only date women 45 to 40. I don't know, let's make it something. Well, expanding your type, you might go to maybe 2 years older than you, or maybe 2 years younger than 40, so 38 to 52. So that's what I'm talking about. Because it's actually, you could find some really amazing women or men, either one, in that age range. You know, a big thing these days is, I know they call them cougars, but older women dating younger men. You know, men have been dating younger women forever. But if you're a woman, maybe expand your range a little bit for these younger guys. I'm not saying young, crazy young necessarily. I mean, hey, to each his own, man. I'm not going to, no judgment here. But I'm saying, I know I've talked to a lot of women like, oh my God, I would never date a guy that young, much younger than me. You know, I had an ex-fiance, he was 10 years younger than me. Most of the guys I date are around 10 years younger than me. Kind of weird. I don't know how that happened, but this is how it is. And so think about maybe going up. Oh, I could date someone a little older than me. I could date someone a little bit more younger than I thought. Height. You know, I like tall guys, but you know what? One of the best boyfriends I ever had was 5'7". I'm 5'9". He was an awesome boyfriend. Now, what's my type? What I'd like to have? Yeah. Would I settle for that? I don't know. I think maybe my height. I think as far as I want to go personally. But that's me. Okay. And everybody, each is again, like I would say, you know, 6 foot above, but you know, I'd be willing to go 5'9". Because I can be a really great guy. What is of everything I'm looking for, you know, like that. So this is expanding your market a little bit. Race. Maybe you only date, I don't know, black, you know, someone that's black, someone who's African American, whatever, you know. Or you only date Indians. Maybe you're Indian, you only date Indians, or Asian, you only date Asians. Maybe you could date a white person. Maybe you could date, you know, African American, whatever, you know. What are, or Latino, you know, what are maybe your normal types? Maybe you could expand a little bit. Professions, maybe you only date people that have graduate degrees, or maybe you only date people that have a bachelor's. What could you expand on? Well, maybe people that only have a high school education, but they have their own business, you know, for education and profession. Maybe you only like to date lawyers. I don't know. Or you only date healers or yoga girls. Maybe you could expand that a little bit. Maybe someone who has Pilates instructors. I don't know. Just, you know, I'm saying like maybe you could expand that. That's what we're doing here. How can you expand it? Okay, so while I'm talking, I'm hoping that you're actually writing in your workbook. Okay. So this is again expanding your market. Again, we're not trying to have you settle. It's just thinking, I think I might be limiting myself a little bit. You know, I had a friend, oh my gosh, my friend Kevin years ago. He was so funny. Computer science guy that we went to school together, and he would always have to date like cheerleader, blonde, cute things. That's the only kind of women he would date. And well, of course, he never dated because there's some women like that. It wasn't going to happen with him. He never would actually consider a woman similar to himself. He was a little bit overweight. He wasn't the most attractive guy in the world, and he didn't really take care of himself. And he just wanted someone like a movie star. It's the only kind of women he would date. So that's what I'm talking about. If you got like this movie star, like I have to date this kind of person, men or women, maybe expand and go, you know, I could maybe date someone a little bit more that likes this or likes that. You know, for me, you know, like I would love to date someone that scuba dives because I love it so much. Is it a must have? I don't know. So those are kind of like activities. Maybe you have this like has to do this, has to do that. Maybe you could go, well, they have to eat right, but they don't have to maybe eat, I don't know, gluten-free or something. I'm just making it up. So these are kind of things you want to start looking at. What's your type? Expand on it. Okay, do y'all have any questions on this one before we go to the next exercise? Any questions? I would love to hear from you that are on here where you expanded your type. Like this was out before, and I've decided on this like age range or on height or race or whatever it is. This is what I was before, but now I'm willing to do this. Okay, where did you expand? So if y'all can go ahead and put that in the comments. And again, if you're listening to this as a replay, please do this. Put it in there. I'd like to know what y'all are doing as far as the homework goes. Okay. This may take a few minutes, I guess, to see it. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move on, but y'all go ahead and do that, and when y'all do it, I'll come back to it then. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and move to the next one. And again, we're going to be able to use this information, all this information, when we create the plan tomorrow of how you can update your online dating profile. Okay. This will be used to update your online dating profile. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the next one. Is what are the qualities you want your like-hearted partner to have? So that's number 2. So what are you looking for in a like-hearted match? Let's make sure to tell me that something else got inside the comments. Let's see. Okay. What are you looking for in a like-hearted match? Basically, creating a list of what you want your like-hearted match to be, your like-hearted partner, right? So we're going to start here. Now, when you work with me, in the coaching program, we're going to get, I have like a whole, so years ago, I created an app called Date or Dump. That's a terrible name, but it was supposed to be funny and fun at the same time. It was your personal pocket dating coach, was the tagline. And it had a list of qualities, positive qualities, as you notice here. I have them different categories, and you'll see in the next slide what that's all about. And you could select from my categories you created the list of what you wanted in a partner. And after you had your list, then you would, when you go out on a date with somebody, you mark from 1 to 5 if they had that. How much do they have it? If 5 was good, they embody that wholeheartedly. 1, not so much. Okay, so you would go 1 to 5 if they had that quality. It's somebody you were dating. Then it would, once you're done, it would then, of course, another thing is the qualities. I can't think of all the qualities. You can come up with your own qualities and add them to this app. Super fun app. Now you can just do it on paper. But I took it out of the market because I needed to put it on Android, because I put it on iPhone before there was even Android. Anyways, then once you have scored the person 1 to 5, if they have those qualities, each quality you get to score, it will then calculate if you should date, dump them, or convert them to a friend. And then it gives you a score. It gives you a score, I think it was 10 to every 10%. It gives you advice on what to do. Like if they were a 90%, oh my God, a keeper. Make sure you keep this one, and this is what you're gonna do. Of course, But it gives you advice. It was cool. It's a cool app. So taking that, of course, I started with paper, going back to paper here. So I'm looking for someone who, so you're going to keep it positive. You're not going to say not something. The universe doesn't understand nots. When they say, I don't want someone who does drugs, you're going to hear does drugs. I want someone who does drugs. They don't hear the not. The universe doesn't hear nots or don'ts or whatever negative. They only hear the positive. Okay, so what did you expand them to, Dan? I saw that you said you expanded your height, age, height, and race. So I want to know, what was it before? What is it now? Just pick one of them, it's fine. Or if you wanted to do all of them 3, that's fine. Be nice to see what you did. Okay, so you're looking for someone who arranges time to spend with you, even with a busy schedule. Someone who makes you feel good about yourself when you're together. Someone who enjoys being around others and meeting new people. Maybe you're an introvert. Maybe that's not important to you, right? If you're extrovert like me, you would like that. So again, you're going to create a list of qualities, and you're just going to start here. So I know you have a lot of room there. Let me see. What does it say? Yeah, I gave it the biggest room I could there. You're going to go ahead and list those out. Age, age up to 56 and down to 42. Nice. Very nice. Good job. So again, you're going to create a list of qualities that you want your like-hearted match. So keep them positive. Start with the phrase, I am looking for someone who, just like here, I am looking for someone who arranges time. Now you can just put it at the top to save space, right? I'm looking for someone who, ... and then just write these other three like at the top here. So one thing I wrote here is, while you're dating that woman or man who meets only a few of the things that are important to you, your like-hearted match may be on a date with someone else. So again, not staying true to what, they're dating this kind of person. So I want you to think about that. If you're willing to settle, or not for what you want. I'm not talking about the settling, I'm expanding. I'm talking about the qualities of a person. The stats, think about it. It's not as important as the qualities you want in a person, right? So you want to make sure you're staying true to yourself on the kind of qualities you want. I know when I've talked to these guys on my discovery calls with them, they would tell me about some of their scary girlfriends. I treated them really poorly. Felt really bad for some of these guys, and they didn't have a lot of confidence in themselves. So if you don't even know what you want, then you're willing to put up probably with anything. So this is what this is about. What kind of qualities you want? Here it is. So here is for creating your, put the D in there, creating your lighthearted match list. Okay, so these are the kind of categories. If you work with me, I have this all ready for you. I have like this whole it's like a workbook, but it's just even for this. It's got many pages of this kind of categories. It's got it all in there. So all you have to do is select them. Boom, 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 boom. Then you can come up and think of your own. And this is actually taken from my iPhone app. I had a For Me category, an affections category, family, social, values, financial, and traits, right? So here's some. I'm looking for someone who thinks, that's supposed to be thinks me and my quirks are adorable. Looking for someone who thinks me and my quirks are adorable. Is affectionate in public and in private. Looking for someone who engages with my children in a kind and respectful way. Now, what's really funny, of course, you look at all these like, well, of course I want all those. Well, cool. But a lot of times, I remember I was doing some crystal bowl healing with this one lady. I love crystal bowl. It's like when you do a crystal bowl session, it's like your whole body is vibrating at that, whatever that is. And usually it was the heart vibration. And it feels like you just had a massage. So I was at this place waiting to go in for my session with this lady that was going to do a crystal bowl session on me. And that's when I just gotten my iPhone app out the door, in the world. And this lady, I was talking to the lady at the front counter, and this other lady heard me. She goes, I didn't even know she did this. She bought my app while I was talking about it. She looked through it and she goes, oh my God, I think I need to divorce my husband. So I was like, oh shoot. I was like, oh my gosh, that's not exactly what I wanted her to, but it was actually good news. She realized she was not, after just reading this list. This is a small list. I have a huge list that I created. I did a lot of research to come up with this list. Oops. This lady was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I should be married to my husband because she saw some of these things. And look at these things. It's like some of these are like, wait, like your boundaries, like what you value. So that's another thing. If you work with me in the program I'm going to introduce on Thursday, That's what we'll look at. We're going to look at your values. So we're going to really look at that, see if this is really what you value still want to be. We're going to look at your boundaries, all this kind of stuff. That we're kind of just tip of the iceberg in this challenge. And again, I'll have a whole gigantic list of what you pick. You just can select it, and this is my list. This is what that's important to me. And you can actually have it in a spreadsheet, so you can actually sort it by what you picked and add to it, and go back and read it every night. Part of the homework that I give in my program. So again, you're welcome to write some of these down. The big thing that really this challenge is about is getting you to actually start thinking about what you want. Even if you don't have your huge list, you don't necessarily have to have a huge list, but just even if your list isn't very long, at least you're now thinking about the kind of person. Maybe like that lady. The reason I tell that story is because she didn't realize, or maybe she did, but she was kind of, how do I say, kidding herself that her marriage was great. I don't know what happened. I always wondered what actually happened to her. But she really got, wow, I am not being respected. I am not having the kind of life I want. And I want you to have that. I want you to have what you want in life. I want you to be respected, valued, cherished, all that wonderful stuff. Okay. And it starts with you cherishing, loving yourself. Okay. So this is like the first start. This is getting you to become aware. Okay. Okay, so hopefully you've created your list, or started your list at least. And again, this will be part of your assignment, is to finish it off and then post it into the group. By the way, I think Alan, I want to give kudos to Alan. He's number one in the spot to get his online profile done because he actually posted. No, I had a problem getting to it, but at least he posted. So the rest of you, I'd love for y'all to go ahead and post your assignments. You still have time to be in the list to win the review of your online dating profile. So please make sure you go ahead and post. Either you can put the link to it, make sure I have access to it, or you can copy paste and put parts of it in there, however you do it. Okay. Any questions on this? Again, the big thing for this one is you want to keep it positive. Again, positive right here. Let's put at the top, I'm looking for someone who, and you don't have to put on every one, just I'm looking for someone who. And then again, I'm looking for someone who doesn't do drugs, again, who isn't fit. You're looking for someone who is fit, right? So that's why I am looking for someone who, you want to make sure you keep it in that vein. Okay. Okay, any questions on this? Okay. Okay, so now let's go to number 3 in your workbook. What would your ideal relationship look like? Okay, we're going to do some fun little exercise here in a minute. Okay, so using what you've discovered from the previous exercises of who you are creating yourself to be, free from the past, let's begin to paint the picture of the kind of relationship you want to create in your life with that incredible woman or man. What do you want your future to look like? What do you want to achieve? And what results do you want regarding dating and love? Okay. So let's start focusing on creating the life you want. If you believe you are the one that creates how your world goes for you, not your ex, not your boss, not your children or your friends, but you, and you will start having what you want in life. You create a world with your words. So start shifting to speaking only positive things. So let's talk about that a little bit here. So a lot of people focus on what has happened in the past and how it didn't go well. And then they keep talking about it. They actually speak it. I know this one girl, a friend of mine years ago, she was a makeup artist, and she was telling me about this guy that was too busy to date her. And then she's like, well, I'm just so busy though. I just don't have time to date. But she complained about him being too busy to date her. And I'm like, well, didn't you just tell me that you're really busy and don't have time to date? And why are you worried about this guy that doesn't seem to have time for you? oh my God, she like realized she was speaking. I don't have time to date. I don't have time to date. And guess what happened? She got a guy that didn't have time to date her because the universe gave her what she wanted. So really listen to what you speak, what your thoughts are, and what you speak out. A lot of times you'll notice just by what you speak, oh my gosh. One thing I learned, Mary Morrissey, she's a Unity minister and a great speaker, trainer, visionary person. I took her course. Gosh, I think she's one of the first spiritual courses I ever took. It was 6 months program. It's a great program. But one thing I like to teach people is what she said. And I give her credit for this. She goes, up until now. So when you start speaking something negative, go, oops. Oh, you can either say delete, 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 or you can say, up until now, I used to do this, or up until now, this is how my life was, but now, this is what I want. You kind of create that bridge, because sometimes our brain can't go, I want this, and I'm not going to get it, because like, nope, there's no way that, But if you can go, up until now, this is how it has been, and now this is how I want it to go. So just catch yourself saying, when you look at your ideal relationships, what you want, what are you saying? That little chatter's going, oh, I can't. What? My parents, blah, blah, blah. You might even look at what your parents' relationships were like. Maybe you're modeling them. Maybe their relationships weren't so good. And, I know a lot of met men that said, oh, marriage is bad because my parents had a horrible, they fought all the time, rah, rah, rah. So they take on what their parents were like. Other people maybe had good, great relationships. That's great. They modeled great relationships. But maybe something bad happened to them in a relationship. They got cheated on or something. So they're like, oh, women always cheat on you. Men always cheat on you, whatever. You can't trust people. I know I talked to a friend recently. I said, you're worried about you can't trust yourself, not you can't trust them. Consider that, right? So anyways, getting off topic a little bit. To providence. Oh, forget the past, trust the future, to providence. And live each day with reverence and justice. Ah, Marcus Aurelius, yes. That's nice. See, I think I can make this a thing. Let's see, show. Yeah, there it is. Forget the past, trust the future, to providence. Providence is like God, heaven, like that. Source, I don't know, universe, whatever you want to call it, right? And live each day with reverence and justice. And another way of saying the gods, oh yeah, the divine powers, yeah. So he answered your question. So, yes, try to come from nothing. I know it sounds weird. That's what you'll do when you work with me. I will help you figure out your patterns. So you probably have patterns. This particular challenge, we're not looking at your patterns. We're looking how you can just declare who you're going to be, your new person, and put that in your online dating profile. In the future, I'll maybe do some master classes and stuff on this and covering those. But if you want me to work with you one-on-one to uncover those for you, see your patterns. Within like 10 minutes, usually I can see people's patterns pretty quickly. I don't know, it's just a thing. Like everyone has their little thing. That's one of my things. I can see people's patterns very quickly. And that's what's cool. When you do work with me, you get a 2-hour session with me where we'll go through your past and cover all those things, and we'll see, almost like, wow, this is real. This is what's going on. You go, whoa, I didn't even see that. Yeah, a lot of times just knowing has you go, oh wow, I didn't even know I did that. It's like you have a booger in your nose or your fly down. You didn't know. Somebody just told you, or you have like spinach in your teeth, right? Then if people would tell you, then you would get like, oh, I didn't know. I'm so glad I know now. And you feel so happy when someone tells you have spinach in your teeth or your fly down, right? You love that. Like, thank you. Now you can do something different. You can walk around with spinach in your teeth or your fly down, or you can actually take it out or zip up your pants. Something like that, right? So anyways, Marcus Aurelius Caesar, right? I think that's right. Um, was he Caesar? But anyways, I think that's right. Okay, I'm not the best history person. And Dan, you may be, I think you're a history buff, but I am not. So I would say probably Google him is the best thing. Or Dan can tell us here in a minute, maybe. Okay, so again, start noticing what you're focusing your mind on. And what we want you to do, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Caesar, okay, yeah, he was a Caesar. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm so happy I was right. I was like, oh shoot, I think that's right. Gosh, I don't remember all that stuff. If I could remember everything I've learned, oh my God, I'd be probably flying off on another planet somewhere. Okay, again, what are you going to focus on? Where does your mind go when you think about this ideal relationship? Oh, I can't have it, whatever. No, up until now, that doesn't work, but this is what I'm going to create. Okay, so you're going to speak only positive things. You might even enroll some of your friends into saying, hey, if I start saying this negative thing, can you please let me know? And I'll go, oh, delete, 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 or oh, up until now. Okay. Oh, Marcus Aurelius had meditations. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Very cool. Okay. So now that you have done the work of identifying the man and woman you want to deserve in your life, and almost every tilt, let's look at the kind of future. Let's look out. Sorry, let's look out in the future, and you already have what you want, and describe what that relationship is like. Okay. So that's what I want you to do right now. I want you to actually close your eyes. Okay. So close your eyes. And I want you to go into the future. And you're in that relationship. So no, you get to choose. Is it 6 months from now you're in that relationship already? A year from now? Next week? I don't know, whatever it is. I would say probably at least a month out. Maybe you've been with that person for a year. Just go out in some point in the future where you are in that relationship already. Close your eyes. And I want you to describe what that relationship is like in your mind. Like just look at it in your mind, like picture it in your mind. Like it's a movie, like you're watching a movie. Okay, I want you to look at it from the point of watching a movie. What's going on in the movie? You're watching your movie in the future. Okay. Who is in your life? Describe what you were doing. How do you interact with that person, him or her that you're with? How does it make you feel? Like really get in touch with the feelings. Okay, and create that future that you want. Okay. Make it be a positive future, by the way. Okay. So it sits here. What's happening 2 years in a relationship? But let's just wherever you are, just I want you to see that picture like a movie theater, like you're watching a movie of your life. What's going on? And in this movie theater, you can smell it. You can feel it. Maybe you not only feel it physically, like they're holding on to you. Okay, so now that's what I want to do next. Now I want you to jump into the movie. I want you to jump into the movie and you're in the movie. Okay, so jump in to the movie and you're there. Now they're around you. So first you're watching the movie. Now I want you to jump into it. You're in it and she's maybe holding on to you, or he's holding on to you. And he's whispering sweet nothings in your ear. I don't know, I'm just making up some stuff. Maybe you're cooking a meal for your family and they're helping you cook the meal. Whatever that is, that really, and so how do you feel right now? How does it feel for the touch maybe that you can feel? What does it smell like? So I want you to really get into that. What does this ideal relationship take, like a spot in time? What is going on in that relationship? I said 2 years in the relationship that way because as a possible that you can do anytime you want. What's going on? Maybe you're getting married. Maybe you're already in a relationship a couple of years, like I said. What's happening? And of course, we want it to be fabulous. What does that ideal relationship look like? You want to smell it. You want to feel it. You want to see it visually in your mind's eye with your eyes closed. Okay, so now that you've kind of gotten to see what's there. I want you to go ahead and open your eyes, and I want you to write that down. And I want you to write it from the present tense as if it already happened. So I am, I have, we are, we have statements, not I want to or I hope that. No, you're going to actually put I am, I have, we are, we have. Okay, so I want you to write that down. So that's your third thing, right? Your third thing to do today. So what would your ideal relationship look like? So we just kind of closed your eyes and kind of thought about, first we looked at like a movie theater, watching a movie, then we stepped into the movie. What's going on? Feel the feelings, the physical touch, the emotions that you're feeling, the smells, the sounds. People are laughing, sizzling bacon. I don't know. So write that down. Okay. Oh, Gladiator depicts Marcus Aurelius. Okay, awesome. Okay, so go ahead and write that down. And again, you want to write it in the present tense, like it already has happened. I have, we are cooking dinner, and my whole family's there. And she snuggles up to me and, gives me a kiss on the cheek. I don't know, whichever scene that you want to pick, write that down. What does that look like? What are y'all doing? Maybe writing in, that was a day in the life. Maybe how that relationship's going to go. Like you wake up in the morning and y'all do what together? Then y'all maybe have breakfast together and then you go do what next? Again, what does this look like? What does this feel like? What's your ideal relationship look like? Have it be written in the present tense, like it's already happened. Or maybe in the past tense, even, I guess. But I want to be able to say, I am doing this. You feel it. You can feel it right now. It opens up your heart a little bit. Okay. Okay. Oops, got to get whisper on there still. Okay. So, what time is it? It's 9 o'clock. Great, because we're at the end pretty much. So, let's see. Questions about your assignments. So those are the 3 things we talked about today. If there's any questions, please let me know. I think this one's pretty, nice. Pretty self-explanatory, but if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask them now. I'm grilling it. So this is what he wrote. I'm just going to show you what he wrote. I'm grilling a delectable beef tenderloin and sipping Cabernet and serving to hungry guests. Smiles abound. Okay, that's great. Where's the relationship though inside of that? And that's awesome. But let's put the I guess the woman that you want in there. What are y'all doing together? What does it look like y'all are doing as a relationship? Okay, that's very nice. I like the imagery. It's great imagery. Just go ahead and actually insert the woman in there too. That's my only feedback on that one. Anybody else have anything they want to write in there or add? Any questions before we go? Oh, she's entertaining the guests. How's she entertaining the guests? What is she doing? Is she coming by you and, scratching your back or putting her hands through your hair? Like what are the kind of things that she's doing with you? Too. Think about that. I like trying new food. I had lamb pancini and visiting new places. Okay. Okay, that's great. And so maybe you're visiting places with her. So maybe you're together holding hands, walking into a new place. Maybe you're jumping around on, I'm not ancient ruins. That might be good things too. But you're jumping around the city. Maybe you're riding bikes together, and it's just so much fun. I don't know, whatever it is. You're eating in a cool new restaurant, and y'all are giggling and just having the best time. Maybe you're sitting next to each other and you can't keep your hands off each other. I don't know. Whatever it is that you want, write it down. Okay. So I like that you, Alan, that you had to try new food. Okay, let's put this trying new food and have them. But let's go ahead and again add the person in there that you're going to date, that you want to be with. Sorry, your ideal relationship. If it's marriage, is it whatever it is, right? So good. If it's a Central America first time in 2020. Oh, nice. Yes, maybe all together in Central America. What are y'all doing in Central America? Maybe you're excited because you already been and you get to show her. Look at this cool place that I went to. This cool place I got to go dancing. I don't know, whatever you'd like to do. So see the cool ruins or see the cool cathedrals, whatever it is. You're there and there you're together, you're holding hands with her, you're taking pictures of her. She's posing in fun positions, whatever that is. Okay. And thanks both of you for sharing. I don't know who my third person is, but the person's very quiet. Okay, so if there's no more, again, go ahead and please put your, like I said here, put your assignments into the challenge group. But you can ask me questions in the comments if you don't remember right now, and then put your assignments in the challenge group as well. Okay, so I was gonna say next week. I was thinking my live streams. Next session tomorrow, we're going to create a step-by-step plan to upgrade your profile photos and text to attract your match. So this is again laying the groundwork, the foundation to be able to upgrade your online dating profile. And what's kind of cool is the stuff that we already did, you can use it for anything. But we're going to be, of course, this is about how to create a magnetic online dating profile. So we're going to apply these things to your online dating profile. There's again the foundations that you must do before you can actually create your plan. And what we're going to do, kind of walk you through how to use this information to create what you would want to do. You'll be writing out all that stuff. Okay, so I'm excited. You're going to be applying what you learned and actually updating your online dating profile like a plan to create. So it probably will take time for you to actually update some of these things, right? You won't be able to do it inside this 1 hour, I don't think, very easily. So we're creating a plan for you to do that. You might want to go get some new photos done. And again, you have some time, especially for those of you that are going to get your online profile reviewed on Zoom with me, interacting with me. I'm going to ask you to go get some new photos done. You don't have to, and I'll talk about this tomorrow, but you don't have to have professional photos. You get your friends to do it. And I'll talk all about that tomorrow. Okay. Family and friends can help you. Oh, okay. I wondered if that was you, Debbie. Hey, Debbie. Okay, if there's any more questions, then I think we are complete. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you being here. Again, if you're listening to this live, oops, sorry about that. If you're listening to this live, please put hashtag live in the comments. If you're listening to this in the replay, there's hashtag replay so I know that you got to listen to it. And I'm excited about applying what you learned, what you've done your work so far into your online dating profile for tomorrow. So make sure you go ahead and finish up these two. Even though you have your online, your Mojo Vibe, please go ahead and post your assignments so I can look it over. Because I see some things that maybe people don't, maybe you didn't think about. That's what I'm here for, okay? To help you with that, okay? So go ahead and do that. That's my email. That's one of mine. But it's better to post everything. Oh, I see. For me to see it. Oh, well, yeah, you can do that. Yes, that is. I see now what you're saying. Yes, you can use that email address. Or you can just have anybody can view it that has the link. That's another thing you can do. When you do so let me show you that real quick. Actually, let me go ahead and get out of this. In the slideshow. So if you go to any document, so like this one, right? You all can see this, right? Over here on the right, you can say share. And then you can say anyone on the internet with this link can view, and then you can just copy it and send it to me. And you have to change it sometimes, so you have to go in here and change, pick it. Anyone with a link. Then over here, you can select view, comment, or edit. So you just want to pick view, copy the link, and then post it in the group. That means anybody can look at it, but and if you don't want anybody to look at it, then you can just use my email address. You can use that one. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in here. This is another one. This is the other one. Oh, chat. Can I do that? Okay. I can. Okay, here it is. awakeneddating@gmail.com. That's another one that you can send it to as well. The other one is my personal email address. But since you have it, go ahead and use it. That's fine, Alan. But for everyone else, awakeneddating@gmail.com. But if you only want me to see it. Now, if you're welcome to have other people see it, then just do what I just showed you here. Anyone with the link can view it. Copy the link, put it into the group under the comments, and I will see it. I will be able to look through your stuff and give you feedback, okay? Okay, well, that is it. Let me go back to me over here. Okay. Thanks again, like I said, for being here. Let me go ahead and hide this. Thanks for being here. I hope you had really learned something new about yourself, and you can really take some time to really think about the kind of person you want to be, okay? I mean, not the kind of person you want to be with, the kind of relationship you want to have. Start really thinking about that. Hopefully this will be something that'll shift you into realizing, wow, I never really took the time. Taking the time can create miracles and incredible results. So please do take the time. Okay, well, thank you all for being here. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock. See you tomorrow. Again, we'll be creating a plan for your online dating profile. Okay, take care. Bye.